Hi and welcome to this episode of Fairmont Rainmakers. Today we will talk about how to make money from anywhere in the world. It is possible to do it. First, you need to understand something. When you listen to someone, you need to first think where is the information coming from. So, for example, someone that is very fat won't tell you how to be in shape because they are fat. They can know the theory, but they're fat, so just don't listen to them. Now, maybe they are rich. So if they are very rich and they made it themselves, then yes, they can teach you if they want how to make money. So if you are looking to make money from anywhere in the world, don't listen to the people that don't do that. You need to listen to the ones that are located in any country and make a lot of money. So if you think about it, big companies like private equity firms, hedge funds, like companies that make like big plays, they make money doing deals in places that they don't know. They have people traveling there, they have employees traveling there. Sometimes the owner will travel there, but not that much. I mean, Blackstone, do you think Steven Schwarzman traveled to London to make all the investments, or to Spain, or to all the countries where they do deals? Like they do it over the phone, they do it over online as well. So there are lots of ways to make money just from anywhere. Now you need to be good at closing. You need to have a good brand or a good reputation. So you need a few things, because you cannot expect for people to trust you if you are in China. I mean, if you're in China and someone in fucking the USA wants to buy from you, let's say a product, then they need to know you, they need to know your company, they need to understand that your offer is good, they need to know that your product is good, they need to be in love with your product with your services, and they need to know your brand. You need to have some testimonies, some brand recognition. So you cannot expect people to buy something if they don't know you. So the more people know you, the more money you will make. So it's a formula. Like poor people, they have the formula to be broke. If those are your friends, just stay away, because the information that they have is usually bad. Okay. Now, if you want to make money from anywhere in the world, you need a business where people can buy online. I mean, people need to be able to buy online. So they need to buy from you. Go to your website, put their cards there, and buy. Okay? So you need to know about technology. Yeah, you need to use the technology that is being used to close. So you need to learn from someone that is using it. Okay? Now, social media is big, is massive. There is a lot of people there all the time. Attention at the end of the day gives you money. Okay, so you need to grab people's attention from email marketing, social media. Use everything that you can, and then you need to put a lot of effort in it. Yeah, so I mean, if you're starting, if you don't have any experience, you need to start now. Yeah, so you need to start working as soon as possible, and you need to do a lot. So I think the most difficult thing is to concentrate for people, because you have so many. That's the thing. I mean, you will use fucking social media anyway. Okay, you will use Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook. You will use everything, because it's very likely you're already using that. Okay, but if you don't use it to sell, you're just using it to be sold shit, and then you're buying nothing. Like it's about attention. Okay, people there, they're just posting pictures and any shit, and then maybe someone is paying them to post a fucking brand. Okay, if they are big, they get more money for the brand, from the brand to post something. But even if you're just looking at a commercial, you are losing money. I mean, you don't need to buy that. It's about brand recognition. Like, brands want a part of your memory. They want to be in your memory. Okay, so you need to do the same thing that they do. Okay, you don't need to criticize them. You just need to copy that. Okay, so you need people to know your brand. You need people to know your name, and you need a good reputation. Okay, so how can you be up to date with technology? Okay, now in our training we covered this. Okay, so we go over everything in regards of how to use all the social media, what kind of content you should put. I mean, for the business that we are teaching. Okay, we concentrate in the things that we know. Okay, we're not teaching many different kind of things. We're teaching what works. Okay, and the thing is that we're also doing more deals, like bigger deals and everything. But we first, before we teach something, we need to try it, and we need to make sure that works. Okay, what we teach works, and we know firsthand that is a good business. Okay, now there are a lot of tools, okay, in social media, in email. Okay, that's very powerful, and it's very cheap, and it's also free. Social media is free. You can also pay for ads, things like that, which is good. But okay, this training is a lot of trainings. You just get the training, but then you need to invest a lot of money to make money. Like, if you want to sell in Amazon, okay, cool. The training is 1,000, but then you need a lot of fucking working capital. Okay, you have a 30% profitability, 25% profitability. You need a lot of working capital. Okay, you need to do the numbers. If you want to make 10K a month, okay, let's say you're making fucking 25% profit net, okay, which is difficult. Let's say you make 25% profit, 10K. If you want to earn 10K a month as profit, then you need to turn over 40K a month. So you need 30,000 working capital sitting there, just sitting there. Okay, so you need to understand that. Okay, in this business you don't need that. Okay, if you close deals and you're good, of course you can spend more and make more money. But if you're starting, you don't have a lot of money, so we're not telling you, okay, you need to invest this and then you need a lot more money to do the business. What we teach is that you do what we are teaching in this training. You close a deal, okay, you make money, okay, and then you can, if you want, buy the next training, okay, or if you want to, like, if you have money, okay, if you're someone that has like money like 100K or just 20K, but you have a good job or anything like that, I mean, if you have money, then cool, yeah. So I suggest you join our franchise, which is like a partnership with us, and then you will make more money because you will work with us. But you don't need to do that if you are starting and if you don't have money. Okay, just if you are wealthy, if you have some money, then cool, yeah. So you can join us, we can do deals, and you can make more money. Okay, but if you are starting, if you just got this the first training that we're giving, then you need to first close some deals, and after you need to get the next ones. Okay, so you need to close over the phone and online. There are things that are free. Okay, this is the thing. To make money, first you need to get the things that are free. So you need skills. Okay, the skills, we say they are free because it's not that you buy the skills. You cannot buy the fucking skills. Like, you need to learn, you need to put in practice, you need to master your skills. that you need to do it by yourself. It's not that you can go to the shop and say, hey, I want to buy fucking how to close, and then you buy the skill and then you have it. You can buy the training, but then you need to put it in practice. And after you put it in practice and you close, then you get the skill. Okay. And this is the same. It's the first deal. You need to close the first fucking deal. Once you close the first deal and you see the money in your account, I mean, just withdraw a bit of the money and feel the cash. And then you will get experience. You will be confident. You will think, oh shit, this works. Okay, but if until that doesn't happen, then you are just learning. Okay, which is good, but you need to make money. Okay, you need to be able to see the money in the bank, withdraw some money, feel the cash, and then gain confidence by doing that. Okay, so you need to get good at online marketing. You need to get good at social media. Okay, you need a number that you can answer anywhere in the world. Okay, you need this is the beauty of the internet, is that you can have a website that can be accessed anywhere, and you can close with your website. People will trust your website as well because when people pay by card, especially credit cards, you can claim back the money if the product is not good. Okay, so your card provider will be able to give you the money back. Okay, that's why our training also is you don't have risk, because if you don't like it, okay, we have a money back guarantee, but if you don't like the training or there's anything, like not only with our training but with anything that you buy with your credit card online, you can claim the money back if there is any problem with the training or with the service or with the product that you want. Okay, so that's why people will trust you, because they will see that they can get the money back if they don't like your product. Now, you need to know and understand how big the world is. Okay, there is over 7 billion people. Okay, internet access, there are not 7 billion. Okay, there is quite a lot less. So how many people have internet access? Just think about it. How many do you think that has internet access? Okay, about 4.48 billion people with internet access. Okay, that's a very big percentage of the planet. Okay, about 70%, something like that. Now, that's a lot of fucking leads. Okay, that's a lot of leads. If you see big people selling anything, like they don't have the whole market. Nobody has the whole market. Massive companies, they have a big market share, but they don't have the whole market. Okay. Now, imagine when you start, okay, and you have your first 500 people in your database. You need to close one, at least. 500 is enough. But they need to be targeted. Okay. Now, imagine if you have 10,000 people in your database. Okay, you're making good money. You're making 100K a year. I mean, if they're a bit targeted. Okay, if you have 100,000 people, you need to be making $250,000 plus a year. Okay, if you have 1 million people, I mean, you need to make $1 million a year, because if you cannot fucking close £1 per person of 1 million people that database, then what the fuck are you doing? I mean, your product is shit. That's it. Simple as that. Your product is shit. You shouldn't sell that. You should change. Okay, change your product. Now, let's say you have, to start with, you need to have a target of how many people you need. How much money do you want to make? How much people do you need? Okay, how many leads do you need? And then you need to take action based on first on the target of money, but then you need to take action in regards of how many people. Okay, how many people do you need? How many people do you need? Have you done the numbers? Okay, have you done the numbers? Okay. Now, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about how to put systems in your business so that you can go holidays, so you can go anywhere, and you can close deals. Okay, what kind of systems do you need? Okay, so it depends on the product that you have. Okay, it depends of the service. If you're doing what we are doing, okay, if you are part of the Fairmont Rainmakers family, okay, if you know our training, then you should use all the tools that we are teaching you to use. Okay, social media, you need to use it. Now, if you are selling the deals that we are selling, investments, real estate, businesses, social media is good, but it's not the best. Okay, so it's very important that you target the market properly. Okay, if you are selling real estate, you should be on the portals where people buy real estate. Okay, if you're selling mansions, you need to be where people that sell mansions are. Okay, so in the US there's Trulia, the UK Rightmove, Zoopla, Prime Location, on the market. In your country, you will know which companies, which websites you need to advertise on. But this is the thing; it's all about what kind of products you're selling, and to do that, you need to source the right products and the right investments. Now, the investments, this is the thing: you need to learn and you need to understand the different kind of investments that you can source and you can sell. Okay, in our business, we sell real estate deals, but the strategies are the same strategies everywhere. Okay, so in the US, in the UK, in Spain, Germany, France, Italy, they use the same strategies. Okay, the same strategies. I don't know if you know what's a lease option, for example. Okay, lease options are used in the US, in the UK, in Australia, and I'm sure in a lot of other countries. Okay, the thing is that you don't know what you don't know. If you don't know what lease options are, you will never get one. Okay, you will never get one unless maybe someone is selling you one or someone is gifting you one. That is very difficult, but you need to know what you're doing. You need to know about the sourcing side of the business. Okay, if you are just good at the selling side, okay, if you're just good at closing deals to people and closing investments to people, but you don't know about the other side, which is the sourcing side of the investments, then it's not good. Okay, it's like the Wolf of Wall Street. If you watch the movie, he was great at selling the investments. They were great. Okay, they sold hundreds of millions, but the investments were shit. Like penny stocks, dodgy. They went to prison. I mean, everything went down. So why? Because of this. You need to understand investments. You need to source the right investments. You need to source the right deals. You need to get the right properties. If you are selling properties as investments or developments or businesses, you need to understand what kind of things you're selling. Okay, if you're selling businesses and you have a business that it makes an EBITDA of 100,000 and you want to sell it for 2 million, I mean, that's very difficult. It's 20 times EBITDA. I mean, you should sell it 4 times. Okay, now, why is this so important? Okay, why? You know why? Because you don't want to defraud people. Yeah, you want to sell investments or real estate or businesses that are good, so that your clients, which are the investors, will trust in your company. They will give you good reviews. Your brand will become bigger. Okay, it's very important, because reputation is very, very important. Okay, if you have a brand and you're selling investments that are very bad, like now there is the internet, so people will write things, they will damage the reputation of your company, then you will get more clients, and then those clients will go to Google your name, Google your brand. They will see that you sold investments that didn't perform. You have a lot of angry customers. You have a bad reputation. Do you think they will buy from you? No, I don't think they will buy from you. They won't trust you. If they don't trust you, you're losing money. So it's the speed of trust. Okay, it's the speed. When trust is high, speed goes up and costs go down. When trust is low, speed goes down and the price of everything goes up. Everything is more expensive if people don't trust you. Everything is more difficult if people don't trust you. You won't make money if you manage to close someone after they won't be happy, so they won't buy from you again. So that's the speed of trust. Okay, if people trust you, they will buy from you. Okay, they will buy from you just because they trust you. How do you gain people's trust? By doing things like brand awareness, by helping them. If you're really doing something that is, I don't know if helping is the right word. It's just about changing, improving. Yeah, it's about evolution. So people need to improve the business. People need to grow their business. If you're helping someone grow their business, improve their business, improve their psychology, learn new skills, or making better investments, okay, then they will trust you. Okay, now people trust the banks. Okay, everyone trusts the banks. Why? Because that's how things are. Okay, everyone is trusting the banks because the banks have all the money, and the bank advisors know how to invest in things that will make very little percentages, and that's how things are. Yeah, it's about trust. Why they have all the money? Because everyone trusts them, and then they are giving them all the money. Okay, in the UK, people with pensions, in the US as well. Do you know what the brokers do? The bankers do when they want to allocate some funds in different companies, and then they give a bit of like 5% a year, things like that, 4% a year. I mean, if that's if you want to make 5% a year on your money in the bank, then you need to invest in stocks that will perform quite well, so that they make 5% a year. Okay, now I think the best one of those scenarios is the S&P 500, because it's just the sum of all the big 500 biggest companies, and if you see the record, those companies have been doing well for a long time. They have bad years, but just in regards of investing in stocks, things like that, just don't try to beat the market, because it's very difficult, and it's very likely you won't be able to do it unless you are a fucking genius. But that's very difficult. Okay, now what other option people have? People don't put the money in the bank. They put it in real estate. Okay, people put the money in real estate. Okay, and a better well, not, I don't know, better. Well, it depends on the business, and it depends on the real estate that someone is buying. But a very good option is to invest in businesses that are good, that are doing well, and then improving those businesses, and then selling them, exit. Okay, it's very important to know how to exit, because it's about the cash. Okay, we talk a lot in this podcast and in our training about cash. Okay, it's very important to be on the positive side. Okay, very very important to be on the positive side. Okay, now you see a lot of business owners, you see people with families, and it's sad a bit, because a lot of the times they run out of cash. Okay, and if they run out of cash, then at some point they will be in trouble. 2019, okay, Thomas Cook. Do you know how much debt that company had? Like, how much debt do you think they had? £1.7 billion. Okay, in dollars, about $2.1 billion in debt. 21,000 people. The world's oldest travel company, founded in 1841. Okay, so what happened with that company? Why a company that big goes bankrupt? Okay, now they didn't keep up with technology. They didn't keep up with, but for most of the part, it's the financial side. Okay, they just got a lot of debt, and that's what we talk about. Okay, you need to be in cash, positive. Okay, you can be a fucking billionaire, you can have hundreds of millions, you can have $1 million, you can have 10 million, 100,000, 10K, anything. Just be on the positive. Okay, and if you're starting at the beginning, okay, it's harder, because you need to get some fucking capital. Okay, you need to get the first 5K, the first 10K, the first 20, 30K, 100K. Okay, and not only in capital but also in income, because if you have capital and then you don't make more money, then you will lose all your capital. Okay, it depends where you live and how much you spend, but you need to budget. Okay, you need to budget. People don't do numbers even. People go through life without even doing the numbers of your life. Okay, you need to do the numbers. How much money do you need to live your life? To raise your kids, to do everything in your life. Okay, how much money do you need? Okay, kids. It depends. What kind of life do you want your kids to have? Okay. It depends of the life that you want your kids to have. You want them to have a normal life, a bad life, or a great life. Now, if you do the numbers, I mean, how much do you spend in a kid every year? 20K, 25K. That's in 4 years 100K. Let's say 5 years 100K. Okay, for how many years? 20 years, that's 400k. Okay, 20k a year for 20 years, 400k. If you want to, and that's without, you're not sending them to Eton or Cambridge or none of that. Okay, you're just keep 20k a year. I mean, Eton is 40k a year, so you cannot send them there unless they get debt, or the uni the same unless they get into debt. So the thing is that other people did the numbers for you. Banks did the numbers, the government did the numbers. That's why they get all the uni students to get a lot of debt, because they did the numbers. Okay, all the bullshit, all the learning, and all the fucking graduation, and all the books and the teachers and all that smoke. It's just something that they do. But at the end of the day, it's all about the numbers. Okay, so what are the numbers that they made? Simple. We give you money. Okay, you need to pay us back for sure. Okay, even if you go bankrupt, you still need to pay us back. Okay, students' debt will never go unless you pay. Okay, you need to pay. There's no way around. If you go bankrupt, you still need to pay your student loan. And how much money they give you? They give you the money that they know you can pay back. So people start, I mean, at the end of the student career, they are 100k in debt, 200k in debt. So imagine, instead of studying all your life and having 200k positive or $1 million in cash, you owe 200k, you owe 100k, you owe a lot of money, and you need to pay back. So then you need to get a job, and then you need to get a job, and then their salary. Did you do those numbers about how much money you were going to make? Or the companies that are employing you did the numbers, and then you start with a 25k, 30k, 40k, and then in 40 years you make more money. That's what people do. Okay, so do the numbers in your life. You need to do the numbers. How much money do you need for each of your kids? How much money do you need to live? Okay, if you live with 40k, okay, let's say in total you live with, I mean, there's people that live with very little, but I mean, normally, I mean, if you live with 40k a year, let's say, which is low, but let's say you live with 40k a year, okay, with a family, with kids. Okay, I don't know how many kids, maybe 2 kids. Okay, 40k a year. For how many years do you need to live with that? No, I mean, with kids you need more, but yeah, 50k, 10 years, 500k in 10 years. 500k in 10 years. Okay, for how long do you need to do that? Okay, 10 years, 500k. 20 years, $1 million. 40 years, $2 million. If you spend 40k a year, in 40 years you spend 1.6 million. So you need to make 1.6 million in 40 years to cover your costs. Okay, and then everything that you make on top of that, you can keep. Okay, people do the monthly budget. No, do your life budget. Okay, your life budget. How much money do you need? A couple of million? Okay, you need to make a couple of million as soon as possible. You need to wait until you're 40 to think about it. Okay, you need to This is what they don't teach you in school, they don't teach you in college, they don't teach you in university, to do the numbers, to do the math. Okay. These kind of things you will learn from rich people. Everyone. Like, I don't know any rich, self-made, successful person that is bad at doing numbers. Okay. Everyone can do the numbers. They just do a lot of numbers all the time. They just do numbers. Like, that's money about. You need the numbers, right? Now, so you need to source the right products and the right services and investments. But then you also need to source the right clients. How can you do that? You need to qualify. You need to know where the money is. Remember, smell what sells. So you need to see what kind of products, what kind of services, what kind of investments people are buying now. So what kind of things people buy. Okay, what investors are looking for? What kind of deals are they looking for? And you need to get those deals. But then also you need to get the investors to buy those deals. Because if you have the deals and you don't have any investors, you won't make any money. So you need investors. How do you get the investors? How? How can you get them? Many different ways. Okay. I mean, everything is in our training, but I will give you a summary. Okay. If you want more details, then yes, I mean, get the training, but it depends on what you're selling. Okay. I don't have the time here to cover everything, but let's say you're selling businesses. Okay. And let's say you're selling businesses in the UK. Okay. You need to be in business for sale. You need to be in the right biz. You need to be in, believe it or not, Gumtree. Okay. You can do it in eBay. But those websites are not that good for businesses. But it's possible to sell things there. The best ones will be business for sale, right biz, and then you also need your database, you need your social media, okay, you need your brochures. I mean, you need to be professional as well. Okay, you need to have a company that is it depends what you're selling. Okay, if you're selling expensive things, then the clients that you're getting are the affluent clients. Those clients, they want to deal with a good company, with a professional company. You need accreditations, you need nice design, you need a nice website, you need landline numbers, email addresses. I mean, it depends who are you dealing with, but you need to get the right systems in place. Okay, so then you will get the leads. Okay, you advertise on those websites, you get the leads. Okay, and then you can start selling. Okay, also another place to get clients to buy businesses is LinkedIn. Okay, LinkedIn is very good, but then also you can get leads from anywhere. Instagram, Facebook. There are lots of groups in Facebook where you can find leads, people looking for businesses. Remember, Facebook is a massive platform. Okay, how many people do you think is on Facebook? How many people do you think? And do you think Facebook has more people? Instagram? Twitter? Who do you think has most of the people? Okay. So, how many people do you think Instagram has? 800 million. Okay. So, it's getting close to the billion. Okay, that's Instagram. Twitter. How many people use Twitter? Okay, 262 million. Okay, how many people use Snapchat? And then you also need to understand the demographics. Okay, what's your demographic? Snapchat, 186 million. A lot of kids use Snapchat, but that's a lot of people. You can definitely close in Snapchat, but less than the other places. Facebook, the things that Facebook has: WhatsApp, Instagram, and Messenger. So it's a very big platform. Okay. Now, Facebook has 2.4 billion people. So it's massive. It's massive. Okay. So you need to use Facebook and all those websites to get more leads. Okay. Remember, lead generation. Okay. First, you need to get good at sourcing deals. If you're getting our training, then yes, you will know how to get deals, and then you need to concentrate all the time in lead generation. Just get more leads all the time, new leads and good leads. Okay, well, we're getting to the end of this podcast. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Now, the last thing will be about systemizing the business. How do you implement systems so that you can close deals while you are on holidays, where you are visiting your family in China, Japan, India, South America, USA, anywhere, Italy, anywhere you can close deals. Okay. About the systems, well, the same. There are lots of systems that you can use. Okay. We cannot go over everything here, but you need to get your accounts in place. Okay, you need to have your Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, everything in place. You won't have followers at the beginning. You need to engage people. You need to post content. You need to get a few followers, because for sure you don't have any, then it won't look good on you. But you need to get some followers, and then the more followers you get, the more trust people will have in your brand. Okay. Well, thanks for listening, and we will see you in the next episode.